Wild Roses, and I've been recording with the multi-talented Dr Emily Baines today, and she's come to show us some of the amazing array of instruments that she plays.
Hello.
Wow, what is that? That is amazing.
This is a bagpipe, oddly enough. It's by Swain, a very well-known bagpipe maker. And it's his medieval bagpipe model, so it's very simple. It has two drones, so unlike the sort of Scottish Highland pipes that you might have seen before, they have lots more drones, and they're much louder, and you wouldn't generally want to play them indoors very much, whereas these are a little bit tamer. They only have two drones.
So this is the tame version, everyone?
This is the tame version, yeah. If you thought that was loud, they get a lot louder. So yes, and they come, I've got two sets here. So this is my set in G, and then there's a set in low D here, so you can see those kind of enormous drones.
Can we hear a note?
I haven't tuned these, so it might be a really horrible note, but let's see.
Just because they look so big.
Well, exciting.
When people ask me to play a note on the hurdy and I haven't tuned it, it's a total disaster, so yeah, I have drone sympathy.
So pretty horrible, but they do sound absolutely amazing.
They're powerful,
tune them, but they're really powerful. Really... Yes. So these are the low D set. So I've bought two different sets of bagpipes, and then I've got some recorders, which is what I've been recording with this morning. I've got sort of three different sizes, which I would normally use for kind of medievally music.
And these are a different sort of shape to how you might expect a recorder to look. Yeah. Is that from the era that they're from?
Yeah, so these are mostly based on iconography, so paintings and things like that. These are both by a recorder maker called Livergi, who lives in Italy. And so we've got a tenor recorder here, and you can see that not only are they sort of much more cylindrical on the outside, they're also much more cylindrical on the inside, so they've got a big sort of hole through the middle. And so we've got a tenor and an alto here, an alto in G, unlike the modern alto, which is in F. And then a soprano here, a little sort of...
And what does the cylindrical shape inside, how does that change the sound from a more modern recorder?
More modern recorders, they're more suited to playing with different instruments, like they were designed to play with things like harpsichords and violins, and that sort of style of recorder was really introduced around the 1660s. So before that, recorders were much, much more plain, particularly on the outside, but they also were much better suited to playing in consorts, so in groups of recorders,
so
rather than in combining with other instruments. So the Baroque recorder is more of a solo instrument, whereas these often tend to be more kind of, they create a more unified sound when they play together. So it's like a kind of little pipe organ when they all play together.
And you play with a fantastic group where we experience that, actually, don't you, called Blondel, which are exploring your late Renaissance, early Renaissance?
No, we're medieval and very early Renaissance. We just sort of scratch into the Renaissance. The latest we go is the end of the 16th century, so we do go all the way up to the end of the 16th century, but most of our repertoire is 14th and 15th century. So
that's a really interesting combination. I adore this group. And they generally play with, you have three pipes or three recorders or three shawms, which we're not meeting today, but they all create such different sounds. I want to ask you about this here.
So this is a medieval double recorder by a wonderful maker called Philippe Bolton, French maker. And this is, there's a few paintings that show people playing double recorders in the 14th and 15th centuries. So there's one from around 1320 which has somebody playing two recorders, which very much look like they are two separate pipes, so a bit like this. But what he's done is just kind of join them together so that they stay in one place when you're trying to play them at the same time. Yes. So you don't have a full recorder on both sides. You have kind of half a recorder each. But because of that, you can get a lovely drone sound, but you can also change it, so you can play sort of simple harmonies with yourself, as it were.
Will you show us? I know you've only just got this, so this
haven't had it very long.
New explorations.
This is my, so yeah, I've got...
Thank you so much, Emily. That was divine.
Thank you.